SHOT Show 2015 at Hazard 4 with Philip. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm hanging in there. It's been fun. So talk to us about Hazard 4.
Well, we've just moved into a new booth here, 20 by 20, so we've been waiting for that space, and now we have a nice grand presentation here and really attracted people over. We've been doing the show for about 6 years, and it's given us room to spread our wings a little bit. And I guess we'll show you guys a little bit about the newer products that we're excited about this year.
Absolutely. So what are you wearing there?
Well, I guess there's two things. First of all, the jacket I'm wearing, it's a jacket that was a prototype last year, and it's become a production item this year, and we're all wearing them, and they're selling really well. And it's a waterproof, breathable shell, and that's not so uncommon, but the thing that we found uncommon is to get these jackets in sort of a city format, where it's got no cinchers, it doesn't have like a really loose fit to it, so it's like something that you could wear in an urban environment and not be so sporty in, but at the same time retaining all of the waterproof, breathable outdoor features and the tactical features. So for instance, we have the Velcro patches, but we actually have pockets that come with the jacket that close these off and completely make it look like a flak jacket, and just has a zipper on both sides, so you can kind of disguise it. So maybe an undercover officer or operative could wear that, or just a recreational shooter who didn't want to walk around with patches on their arms. Nice. And we have features like these zippers over here that allow holsters to poke through. Right, and you can even close it back up under the holster, so that way the jacket isn't sort of over it. So for training or for an officer use,
I find that extremely useful.
Something unique.
That's cool.
And then we have the minor things like the pockets, for instance. On the inside they have loops, and we have wallets and retractors and tool attachments that can actually attach those loops. Oh, wow. So your wallet comes out, but it doesn't leave you.
Wow, that's cool.
Or maybe in a crowd or something like that, in a subway, you've got that little bit of protection from theft. The other thing is these kind of jackets in the city, they're usually lined with like a gabardine, and it's very nice because you can get your arms in and out if you're wearing a sweater, let's say, and it doesn't get hung up. But the problem is that it doesn't stretch and it doesn't breathe, and it makes a waterproof, breathable fabric pointless. And what we've done is source the material. It took us 2 years. That actually stretches, so it stretches all across the jacket. And say in my shoulders, where it's usually a problem with a liner, I can actually flex the whole jacket. So for active engagements, it doesn't bind up and it doesn't rip. It actually follows me, and I can bend over and do all kinds of things, and it doesn't wrinkle. And that's mainly having to do with this liner. So that was kind of a thing we're trying to introduce in a lot of clothes, and I can pull my arms in and out without taking my entire sweater off as I do so. So the jacket's sort of unassuming and does a lot of tricks. Even up to this point, we've got hidden pockets inside the arms, so you can have money or a phone or something like that, and it's nobody's going to pickpocket that because they don't know it exists. And then all of the jacket in these sections is lined with this aerated sort of material, and if you just want to cool off, you can kind of zip this up to your elbow on both sides, and it's almost like having a short sleeve on without having to take the jacket off. And it's the same with the pockets here and with the hand warmers. The jacket will breathe. So that's called the Action Agent.
Action Agent.
And it's in Coyote and Black right now, and it's available on our website and through our distributors internationally.
What's the MSRP?
I don't remember offhand, but it's somewhere, I believe, south of 200. That's where we wanted to park it. So it kind of varies from store to store, and if it's on sale and that kind of thing as well.
Awesome.
And then I can also move on to an older item that sort of made the company in some ways.
Is that what you got strapped across your shoulder there?
Yeah, exactly. That's the item you noticed. So this pack here is what we're talking about. And so this is called the Plan B sling. And this is sort of the product that was one of the first ones that really put the company on the map 6-7 years ago. And it was a special forces sort of format. That it was a bag that could fit in between seats in Humvees, or in lockers, or in just tight spaces in aircraft and places like that, where a backpack, a full-on backpack's a little bit too big. And the handles on the bag meant that they could be attached with carabiners and APC interiors and other places, and also be handed from one person to another. So it's kind of a go bag design that someone could evacuate a vehicle with, pass it through a hatch, pass it through some canopy that had been kicked out. And the format was something that people really liked, so we've been still top selling these for a number of years and just sort of made refinements to them. And the other sort of claim to fame for these kind of bags, and they've spawned different sizes and formats within our company, is that when you're wearing it, you know, it keeps your shoulders clear and you have good mobility, and if you're firing a long gun, you have a shoulder clear that the buttstock isn't constantly falling off of a shoulder strap, and the bags come around to the front so that you can access all of your stuff if you have on your MOLLE and your pockets in the main compartment, and in these smaller pockets where we've got more fine organization in terms of organizers for pens and phones, and you can put M4 magazines sort of in a bladed style, about 5 of them in that pocket. It'll actually fit. And a little small pocket for hearing protection or for eyes and ears, that kind of stuff. Shotgun, a box of shotgun shells will fit in there. And then that's the main interior. And it actually comes with one divider, and that divider is Velcroable on both sides, so you can move it. And we sell packs of those as accessories, so you can actually divide this up. Like medics might buy up to 10 of them and completely divide up the bag for organization. And there's also these holes for pass-throughs for antennas, so someone might be running an antenna for a big radio, or maybe a hose for a scuba system, a pony tank, or maybe for oxygen.
Hydration?
Oh, and the hydration is actually integrated in the back.
Oh, got it.
And it has a separate port. I'll show you that. So this back section here is something unique that we do on a lot of our packs, is this thermoformed sort of flex control area where we can kind of program in how we want this to bend on someone's back or on their chest. And it's also bonded with this very tough material that you could put on rocks and on twigs and on thistles, and it's just not going to give. And we design patterns into it for breathability as well. And this is a type of foam, so it insulates your water bladder very well, and this whole back section opens. So it's a small bag, but it's actually got quite a lot of features. And then this is a hanger for your hydration here, and it sort of has this tent-like patterning so that the hydration bladder can open up in that direction, and there's a hole, and you come out of this side with your hydration, and it goes down the front here, and the hose gets managed in this area. And then also this area here takes our modular holster system. So we have these Velcro holsters that you can stick to this section. Yeah, it's very padded, and then you could use it as a CCW compartment. And if you're doing that, then the water bladder can actually go into the main bag. Then this would swing around over there, and your container would actually be in the other section. And you could have some CCW here, or you could have magazines and holsters for an M4. Oh, and speaking of M4s, this bag here is pretty small, but it will take a broken down SBR. So if you have a 10-inch, maybe even up to 11-inch, depending on the muzzle device, SBR in an M4 format, maybe a SIG 556 type format, then it'll definitely take that, and you can have a covert sort of way of getting it in. I mean, this one's a camo, but if it was in a black and you cover the Velcro maybe with one of our patches, we have patches that just look like ID badges. It sort of takes away that look. And we have another one of these where the sides have pockets built up as opposed to compression straps, so it's a little faster to get into, and you get some pre-built storage on top of it that's called the Rocket. Okay. And this one's called the Plan B.
Okay, so the Rocket and the Plan B are
they're brothers.
Roughly the same bag, just kind of a few different features on them.
The Rocket's sort of made more for urban use, a little bit less problems with getting in and out of compression, whereas this one would be more for outdoor use, that you could maybe put a shotgun on the side, or a tripod maybe if it's being used for a camera rig, and you would use those to actually keep it pinned. Whereas for the city one, you probably want more of the containers and just a fast access. They're almost the same price, and then we still have pockets like these flat pockets on all sides, so we hide here and there, and the Velcro, of course, for patches, and all of our compression straps, whether it's a pack or a sling like this. Most bags have a male and a female. It's the same thing on the other side. We actually flip these so that you can come around with the straps over the top of the bag. So especially on a backpack, if you had a long object that you wanted to place on the back, like maybe a snowboard, you would just link them across the top and run your object that way, or maybe make a cross with them. So it's a small touch and doesn't cost anything else, but it's just a smart little feature we add to be able to, get maximum use out of the bag.
Yeah, I say that's pretty brilliant. It's awesome.
And even downstairs we have a compression strap that you can put like a bedroll or some other small object that's rolled up, like a little tarp or something, so they can be unwound, even put over this handle if you would want, and use it that way. So
very nice. What does this one retail for?
These run depending on the kind of camouflage or non-camouflage, or whether it has the pockets or not, like around $120 range MSRP, and they can often be found for a little bit less. And all of our stuff is genuine Cordura. All of the zippers are YKK zippers, and they're all sort of finished in this sort of Cerakote type finish that matches the color of the bag. A lot of them, they lock so that you can lock them if you're in some jurisdiction like where we are in California. You have to lock your pistols in a bag, and that allows you to do that, or for rifle cases, that kind of thing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love that bag. I think it's terrific. You want to introduce us to one or two other things that you've got kind of new and excited about this year?
Yeah, I'll show you this here, and I'll start at the front. So from the front, this isn't sort of look that exciting. Maybe it's a MOLLE vest, chest rig, and the front is sort of typical of what you'd expect from most of this kind of product. And it has some features though that once it's kitted out, we think is pretty unique. So first of all, we cut the shape of this apron just right so that as you're sitting in it or bending over, it doesn't sort of hit you in the stomach or come up and hit you in the neck. But the main thing is on the back, we did this with the same thermoform technology that we're using on all of our backpacks. And it's again sort of uniquely carved to have the best flow of air and for it to flex in a really specific way without setting up wrinkles. When you have straight lines, it tends to make a wrinkle and it could stay there, kind of form a crack. These ones are all at 45 degrees or another sort of angle like that, and it just doesn't set up a lot of wrinkles, and still allows it to breathe, some more breathability through these grommets over here. And the other major feature is that most of these chest rigs, they either have a cross strap system and then another belt at the bottom to keep the rig, especially when it's loaded with a lot of heavy magazines, from sort of bouncing back and forth when someone is moving, or they have kind of an H-shaped strap at the top, and again you have two buckles for that and another belt at the bottom for that same purpose. And we sort of wanted to do something to be progressive. It's our motto, progressive tactical gear. So we said, well, that would be nice to get rid of that extra step of having this extra thing. It's already a lot of work with these rigs to get them on and off. So what we did is we came up with this lacing system so that you have ones with buckles or without, depending on your preference. This one has the buckles. The strap comes across. It actually feeds through this tri-glide here to the metal part. And then it goes across and goes down to that bottom position. That happens on both sides. So this does all of the shoulders, that mid-back area, and it does that lumbar area, all in one zip and pull on both sides. And then of course the strap management like we have on all of our packs to wind it up, and you have the quick releases. So that's something new that is going to be a patent, we think, to have unique, and we'll build a whole lot of rigs sort of based on that. This is the kind of standard MOLLE rig, but we'll be doing some that are sewn down to have that ultimate stability. This one here has also big Velcro field, so you could add large IDs, and it has a hidden pocket underneath, and the tie downs, optional tie downs to go down to a load belt. These are also very thick padded straps over here, and sort of the larger MOLLE here, and more management for cables. And if we go this way, these are sort of unique to our company, is that we have these thermoformed MOLLE containers of different sizes that we're pretty unique on. So that, again, that's sort of a progressive move, is to have something to protect optics or maybe even magazines. It's probably not needed for magazines, they're pretty tough, but certainly for cameras or for some other
sensitive gear.
Sensitive gear, radios maybe, and those would be racked out like so in various configurations and in different sizes to complete that, and in different colors. So
very nice. I love that rig. What's it called?
Oh, this is called the Frontline.
Frontline?
Yep, and I think it's about $100 or so.
Oh, wow.
Kitted out like that.
All right.
And again, all Cordura construction. This is the ATAX, and we do them in multicam in black and in Coyote.
I love the backstrap configuration. That's brilliant.
It's kind of a lacing style.
Yeah. All right, Philip, that was great. I'm really looking forward to trying out some Hazard 4 stuff in the coming year. Hazard 4 at SHOT Show 2015. Thanks very much for watching.